expert book reviewer, expert book talker about her. That's what I am. Hello everybody, how are you? I'm Laura, and today I wanted to do a March TBR video. I am a little bit late on this. It is already March, if you didn't know. And I've also already read 2 books this month, but I'm just gonna talk about the books that I wanna read for the rest of the month. Some of these books I talked about in a try a chapter video that I just did recently. So there might be some repeats, but I'll just briefly go over those ones. So the first book I want to talk about is Blindsighted by Karen Slaughter. I am so excited to read this book. It is my first Karen Slaughter book, and I've heard nothing but good things. She's obviously very famous, probably for a reason. I did read 1 chapter of this, actually 2 chapters, and I can already tell it's going to be so good. But essentially what we have going on here is there is a coroner named Sarah Linton, and she finds the body of a woman. It's like a pretty small town, so she knows who the woman is right away. But she finds her in a bathroom, and she also Sarah has an ex-husband named Jeffrey, and he is the police chief. So I think there's like some weird little ex-spouse chemistry happening. And then we have Lena Adams, who is also the female detective, and her sister is the one who is found at the beginning of the book. So basically we have Sarah, who is the coroner, and she has an ex-husband who's police chief, and then another police officer is Lena, whose sister has died. So that all sounds messy and complicated, and I am here for it. Next up, we have another book that I've already talked about, but it is The Death of Mrs. Westaway by Ruth Ware. We have a lady named Harriet who is broke and can't pay her bills, and she gets a letter saying that she has inherited money or a house or something. I'm not really sure, but she has to go to this estate to like claim her, inheritance or whatever. And except the problem is she doesn't know this lady. Like, her grandparents are already dead, so it doesn't really make sense. But she's broke and she doesn't really know what else to do, so I think she's going to pretend to be that person to get it, which just sounds fascinating to me. I'm excited to see if somebody like finds out what she's doing, or if they already invited her knowing and they're trying to like trap her. It's all the kind of stuff that I love in a book. So that is going to be read very soon. Next up, we have Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney. I've talked about this one before as well. In this one, we have a woman who is in a coma, and she has a husband. She thinks that her husband might have something to do with why she's in the hospital, and also she lies, and she says that right up front. So I love a good unreliable narrator. I already know from reading the first couple chapters that she was having issues at her work, and so she's just she seems like a little bit of a mess. So and I'm here for that. Next up, we have The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. I think I just want to be lied to this month. I'm all about the lies. But in this one, we have a woman who, like 15 or 20 years ago, I want to say, 15 maybe, some years ago, this woman was at a summer camp, and she woke up and all of her like camp mates, bunk mates, were missing. And she never was able to find them or find out what happened to them. And now, 15 years in the future, she's kind of a popular artist. She does paintings. She's actually starting to gain recognition for them. And she does paintings of these girls who went missing back in the day at the summer camp. And so her old camp owner lady, shows up and basically says, I want you to come back to the camp and like be the painting instructor. So I know that she goes just from the description. I know that she goes and starts maybe trying to piece together what happened, and you know, I'm sure that we'll get like past tense and present tense maybe. That's just a guess. I'm literally just guessing. Next we have A Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith. My father gave this book to me about, I don't know, like 10 years ago, close to. And I still have not read it because I'm trash, but I'm going to this month. And this is, it's a fiction. I don't know, like I'm literally just saying stuff, but it is a fiction. It's a novel, but I think some of it is based on true life. But essentially it's a coming of age story about this young girl who lives in Brooklyn. That's all I know. That's all I really need to know. This isn't my typical go-to, but I will conquer this book this month. I'm sure it won't be hard. It's probably very good. I'll probably like it right away. I don't know why I'm intimidated by it, but I'm gonna read this. Next up, we have another Ruth Ware that I have had for also probably about 10 years, and that is In a Dark, Dark Wood. I'm way behind the times, but I'm gonna give it a go. In this one, we essentially have a woman who, she gets an invitation to, like, I'm sorry, I'm uncultured, but it's in the UK. So it's like a bachelorette party, but they call it a hen do or something. She gets an invitation, but it's from someone who she hasn't talked to in a long time or stopped talking to for some unknown reason. And so she doesn't want to go, but I feel like she like maybe contacts one of her other friends who's going. So she decides to go. And then that's all I know. I'm assuming some bad shit happens and some kind of mystery. And then finally, not finally, I have one more after this, but second to last, we have The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. This is another one that I'm so behind on. Everyone has read this. Everyone has loved this. And so I need to find out what I'm missing. And this one, it's basically about Achilles and friendship. And that's all I know. And I've heard it's beautiful and I think I'm gonna love it. And then finally, we have The Golden Couple by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. So I'm on chapter 8. So I'm on chapter 8. I like it so far. Nothing like, stuff's happened, but nothing that like has really gripped me. I'm a little bit worried because I loved The Wife Between Us and also by them, and I did love An Anonymous Girl and You Are Not Alone. I didn't love those as much, but the thing I love about their writing, this is like their 4th book or 5th book together, is the stories themselves are good. They're not like mind-blowing. They're not the best things I've ever read in my life, but they are gripping. Like when I read these stories by these two people, I don't want to do anything else besides just read. It's just entertaining. Like I just get lost in it and don't want to do anything else until I find out what's happened. I'm not getting that quite as much yet from this. And again, I'm still in the beginning, but I'm a little nervous because it's not gripping me as much as like The Wife Between Us. The Wife Between Us, I started and like just didn't stop until I was done. I am interested. It's just not gripping me as much as like their normal stuff. So, but I will finish that probably in the next day or two. So I think that's gonna do it. It's not that many. I'll probably read more. I just don't want to like put too much pressure on myself. But yeah, that is gonna be everything. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day and I'll see you all later.